As Heritage Month comes to an end in South Africa, the inaugural Folklore Festival is set to take place at the National School of the Arts in Johannesburg on Saturday. It aims to celebrate African culture, customs and community. Joining me now to talk about this rare experience is the creative force behind the project, Summer Award-winning storyteller Pilani Bubu. Incredible initiative, Pilani. Thanks so much for speaking to us. What more can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you that it's going to be a thrilling event with a multidisciplinary sort of art. So outside of just music itself leading the festival, we also have workshops and a kids' book fair of young authors who've written African children's books. I think it's going to be a day filled with a lot of sort of edutainment, a lot of meaningful content. So if people can come in early from 10 a.m. till like 10 p.m. till late, I think that they'll have a full experience of heritage and culture.
Well, talk to us about the, I suppose, what would we call it, the inspiration behind this?
The festival was birthed out of the idea that, as someone who's traveled and as an artist who's shared of my work, I realized there's certain parts of my work that are very much inspired and influenced by the global space. But there's also a big part of myself that is driven by my identity and where I come from. And so in sharing of my own culture and my heritage, or trying to give people a sense of who I was, I found that there was a gap in our knowledge share, but also a gap in celebrating and preserving some of our indigenous knowledge systems. And so this is kind of one of those platforms where I wanted to, be a part of making a contribution into preserving culture and heritage, but also telling our stories within music and capturing it, kind of using that platform. At the same time, I felt that as a child, I wasn't having the right conversations with my parents, so not enough intergenerational dialogue. And so we're trying to create a space that allows for that opportunity for conversations that aren't happening in our families or within ourselves to happen. Conversations that we've prolonged for too long, potentially because we've been fighting apartheid for so long, or maybe colonialism, we've been so distracted in kind of preserving our culture. So it's just making sure that some of this folklore is passed on to the next generation. And I am still that generation. And so I'm just trying to create a link between the past and the future.
Well, talk to us about some of the activities that we can look forward to, people can look forward to on Saturday. And I think also emphasis on, that mesh of culture. Where is it coming from? Is it drawn from all corners of South Africa, or are you even looking beyond the borders?
We've looked beyond the borders. It's going to be a Pan-African experience, both in the food market and the crafts market that we're putting on. So there's a market. They can come in, people can eat, drink, and be merry, as they say. And on the main stage, we have musicians coming in from Ghana, so West Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa, Leo Mili from Lesotho, and South Africa. The Soil will be headlining, and then myself and the Folklore Ensemble will be on stage. Nikki B, who's been a contributor to the world music space for the last 20 years, she'll be on the decks DJing. And then we also have a book fair plus a children's program where they can drum, but also have their faces painted. And Nedbank will be providing edutainment in the Mula Maze. This is in the Kids Kraal. In the Kids Kraal, lots of educational content, lots of fun going on there. We have Zuleika Patel, one of the authors, who'll be reading her books. Nozi, Zinhle T. Matthews, Siavuya Maklebe, who's a 10-year-old author of the book Enough Bullying. And then the workshop space, there's so much to explore. If people can check out www.folklore.community or follow our pages at folklorefestival.za, they can find out more about our program. This is the 1st of October at 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. People can join us. They can eat and share in multidisciplinary arts, celebrating culture and heritage. So the Folklore Festival.
Well, let's talk about the numbers. It obviously comes at a cost. How much is it to get in? What are the entry fees?
Hey, man, when you said numbers, I thought you wanted to know my budget. I was like, hey. Listen, it can cost anything. So it's kids under 4 years old come in for free. And kids under 12 are 60 Rand at the moment pre-sale. If you buy at the door, it'd be 80 Rand. There's little bulk tickets, group tickets that people can buy. 5 kids at $300. Adults at 900, 5 adults. And the adult tickets at 200 Rand. We have lots that people can participate in all day. So that's kind of the price range. So as little as $60, we can start. Family packages available.
Well, I know that when we talk about folklore and we talk about culture, one of the things that we like to do as Africans is poetry. Is there any of that we can look forward to? And also, before we let you go, just a recap on some of those artists. I know you've given us a rundown of the artists that are performing, but just a recap of those artists again.
Sure. So you absolutely can expect a bit of poetry. We have Napo Mashiane. I mean, everybody loves Napo. She'll be actually running a workshop on theatre and African storytelling within the theatre space. But she'll also be on the main stage as the MC, as well as putting on a show at like 8:10. Right, recap of the artists. We start in the afternoon on the main stage at 3 p.m. With the DJ, and then we have artists from Ghana, Stivo Atambira and One Love, the Kubalo, Leo Mile from Lesotho, The Soil from South Africa, Pilani Bubu, myself, and the Folklore Ensemble as well. And Nikki B, who's the queen of world music, Napo Mashiane. It's going to be a thrilling day. And book authors in the Kids Crawl, please pull through.
Okay, well, before we let you go, I absolutely love food. I love African cuisine. Now, talk to us a little bit about that. What are the expectations there?
On the African cuisine side, I mean, you can have anything from jollof to umleka to umngqusho to a general braai, boerewors, if you will, some Mozambican chicken. We're taking a broad Pan-African, they'll tickle your taste buds, both for vegetarians and for meat eaters. I mean, you know, we're also vegetarians in this continent, I'm sure. So I think the food in the food market will also be able to satisfy people's taste buds.
And obviously those that miss the contact details, where do they find you? What are your social media handles if they need more information ahead of this weekend?
Yes, so it's folklorefestival.za on Instagram. It's www.folklore.community is the website. .community is correct, not .com, not .co.za, folklore.community. And they'll find all our contact details there. And it's the 1st of October, 10 a.m. Let's make it a date.
It's the 1st of October and the first of its kind. Congratulations once again, Pilani, and look forward to seeing you this weekend.
We'll see you as well, yeah?
Absolutely. Pilani Bubu speaking to us, and she's having the Folklore Festival this weekend. Promises to be absolutely exciting. So if you have time, do pop in and enjoy.